Have you ever wondered where sugar comes from? Well, this is the video for you. Today, I'm going to talk about the plants that produce sugar and how it's processed. We'll focus on the two main plants that are the source of most of the world's sugar, sugarcane and sugar beets. Let's start with sugarcane, Saxonarum officinarum. Sugarcane is an ancient crop, believed to have been first cultivated in New Guinea thousands of years ago. Over time, it spread to India, where the process of extracting sugar from the cane was developed, and then made its way to Persia, Europe, and South America. Today, sugarcane is widely grown in tropical and subtropical regions, including South America, the Caribbean, South Asia, and the southern United States. Sugarcane, believe it or not, is a type of grass that can grow up to 5 meters, or about 15 feet in height. It's known for its high sugar content, which ranges between 10 and 16%, depending on growing conditions. Despite its grassy appearance, it's highly efficient at storing sugar in its stalks. There are over 30 cultivated varieties, each adapted to different climates and growing needs. Because it thrives in warm, moist environments, sugarcane grows best in regions with abundant rainfall or access to irrigation. Sugarcane has a relatively short growing cycle, reaching its full height in about 9 to 16 months. Once harvested, it can regrow from the same roots, allowing farmers to get multiple harvests from one planting. This renewable growth cycle is one reason why sugarcane is so widely cultivated. The harvesting process typically begins with burning off the dried leaves on the cane stalks. This practice, while controversial due to the environmental concerns, helps clear the fields of pests and makes the cane easier to cut. A specialized harvester then moves through the field, cutting and gathering the stalks, which are then loaded into trucks and transported to processing plants. At the processing plant, the stalks are shredded and crushed to extract the juice. The leftover fibrous pulp, also known as bagasse, is often reused. It can be burned as a biofuel, which helps power the processing plant, or used as animal feed or mulch for the fields. This reuse of bagasse makes sugarcane production more sustainable by reducing waste. The juice extracted from the stalks is boiled down to create different types of sugar products. Here's a quick look at what can be made from sugarcane juice. 1. Molasses. This thick, dark syrup is created by boiling the juice until it reaches a dense, syrupy consistency. Molasses is used in baking, cooking, and even in sweetening animal feed. 2. Dark brown sugar. Made by crystallizing sugar with molasses still mixed in, giving it a rich color and flavor. 3. Light brown sugar. Made by further refining molasses, which lightens the color and flavor. 4. White sugar. This is the most refined form, achieved by removing all molasses and sometimes bleaching the sugar for a bright white color. Next, let's talk about sugar beets, Beta vulgaris. Sugar beets are a different type of plant altogether. They're part of the beet family, which also includes red beets and Swiss chard. Unlike sugarcane, which is tropical, sugar beets are a hardy plant that grows well in temperate climates. They're especially popular in Europe, where they provide much of the region's sugar. Today, sugar beets are grown in North America, Europe, and parts of Asia. Although they're a root crop, sugar beets have a surprisingly high sugar content, usually between 12 and 20%. They thrive in well-drained soils and need a mild climate, but they're adaptable and can handle a wide range of growing conditions. Sugar beets mature within 90 to 200 days depending on the variety and climate, making them a relatively quick-growing crop. The harvesting process for sugar beets is different from sugarcane, as it involves pulling the beets out of the ground rather than cutting stalks. A specialized tractor moves through the field, digging up beets and then loading them for transport to processing plants. At the processing plant, the beets are thoroughly washed to remove soil and debris, then sliced into thin strips called cosettes. These strips are placed in hot water, where they release their sugar content. The resulting juice is then filtered, purified, and concentrated through boiling. One notable difference in beet sugar processing is that it doesn't produce molasses naturally, which is why molasses is typically made from sugarcane rather than beets. However, if brown sugar is needed, white sugar from beets can be mixed with cane molasses to achieve the same effect. Interestingly, the processing of sugar beets produces a unique smell that some find unpleasant, one of the few downsides to beet sugar production. Despite this, beet sugar is chemically identical to cane sugar and is used in the same ways. Whether it's from sugar cane or sugar beets, the end product, sucrose, is the same. This versatile ingredient is used in countless foods and beverages around the world. It's amazing to think that two completely different plants, one a tall grass and the other a root vegetable, are both essential sources of something as familiar as sugar. Thanks for watching.